One question I get asked a lot about is what type of flooring to choose. And it really is such an important decision because it can be a big investment, one that you'll live with for many years, if not forever. And it's the foundation of your design, so it not only has to work with your style, but be functional for your lifestyle and needs. As both a designer and a landlord who owns rental properties, I look for flooring that's not only aesthetically beautiful and not too trendy, but also durable for tenants and, of course, affordable. We recently moved into a house that we're renovating to use as a vacation rental. And before we get too far into the rehab, we decided to go ahead and replace the floors. The existing floors had different tile in every room. They were old and cracked, the grout was falling out, there were uneven transitions which were tripping hazards, and the surface was slippery, so these floors were not safe, not nice to look at, and they had to go. Now when it comes to choosing new floors, there's lots of options to consider, so I'm gonna walk you through our decision-making process and share my experience and thoughts on each one in the hopes that it'll help you decide what'll work best for you. We're here at Lowe's to look at flooring options for the new house. With a major decision like flooring, I always recommend seeing it in person first, since it could look really different in photos online. In a perfect world, I don't think you can really beat the look of hardwood. It's so classic and inviting, can warm up any space, and it'll go with any decorating style. But there are some negatives. So here in Central Florida, real hardwoods are not a viable option. They buckle and warp in the humidity, and it's advised to avoid them altogether. In drier climates, they're great, but they can also be really pricey, and they usually require some maintenance. And there's alternatives out there that give real wood a run for its money. So the closest alternative to real wood is engineered wood, which is a thin layer of real wood on top of a composite. I've used engineered hardwood in the past, and they look beautiful once installed. You can find the cheaper stuff for under $2 a square foot, but a lot of the better ones are in the $5 to $10 a square foot range, which makes it a great option for many homeowners who want a higher quality flooring with a wider range of styles and price points. But they still can't be exposed to a lot of moisture, so they're not ideal for every room. Here in Florida and in other warmer climates, one of the most popular choices is tile. Tile is one of my favorite materials to work with because there's an unlimited number of styles, colors, and patterns you can get creative with. And they'll always be my top choice for bathrooms, but there are a couple of drawbacks to using it throughout your entire home. First of all, the materials and labor involved for the install can make the total price go way up, even if you use a budget-friendly tile. Tile also has a more specific look, and won't necessarily transition well if you change your style or even color palette over time. It can also both look and feel cold, and it doesn't bring a warmth to a room like wood can. It usually requires more maintenance, like having to clean or repaint your grout, and you have to worry about cracks and chipping. It's also a more permanent choice, and removing it can be a pain. Another option that's become popular, especially with investors, is luxury vinyl. Here we have luxury vinyl tile, which are thin strips of vinyl that glue or stick down. It can mimic the look of both wood and stone, and it's one of the cheaper options. This one's less than $1 a square foot, but they just look and feel cheap to me. Vinyl's made a lot of progress in the last several years, but I can still tell a difference in quality when I walk into a room, and I just don't think the minimal cost savings is worth it. Here we have carpet. Carpet can be the most economical initial investment, but it's too easy to stain or damage. Professional deep cleaning is expensive, and you'll have to replace it sooner or later. I just can't see myself using carpet anytime soon. The last option we're going to look at is laminate. Laminate's made of a composite wood with an image of real wood printed on top. The biggest selling points for me are price, durability, and style. I used Pergo in my last house, and I loved the way it turned out, so I knew I wanted to use it again this time. They've added a lot more colors recently, and I really love this Brier Creek Oak from their Timbercraft line. I especially love that it's an extra wide plank, which is pretty rare and really expensive with real wood. I think we have a winner. They have these smaller samples in the store, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and order a larger one online just to be safe. When I got the sample from Pergo, the first thing I did was look at it next to the paint colors in the room. We were deciding on a paint color for our trim, and holding the sample up next to the colors really helped us to see the different undertones and which one matched up best with the laminate. Our rooms will all have different colors and styles, so we had to choose a neutral floor color that would go with all of them. I'm very particular about the details in my designs, and these floors look and feel so much like real wood. They even have the wood grain texture. I actually preferred the look of these more than any of the engineered wood options I could find for even triple what the Pergo cost. I could go on about the look of this laminate, but equally or even more importantly is the durability. This stuff can really take a beating. First of all, it's waterproof, which means it's great for bathrooms, kitchens, and laundry rooms. It's also scratch resistant, which makes it great for pets and kids with toys. And the best part is, Pergo comes with a limited lifetime warranty, so you won't have to worry about any problems down the line. Since this house will be a rental, we need something that stands the test of time, and I think these floors are easily the most practical choice out of all our options. Once we made our decision, we worked with an associate at Lowe's to get everything ordered and installed. They got us on the schedule right away, sent someone out to take measurements, and about a week later, the floors were delivered. After all the tile was removed and the subfloors prepped, the Lowe's install crew completed the whole house in just a few days. They used the Pergo Gold underlayment for moisture protection and sound insulation. And the install was quick and easy since the floors simply lock in place, no glue or nails required. Now that they're in, it feels like a completely different home. We've instantly increased the value, made everything feel more cohesive, and now we've got a great foundation to start on the design for each room. The baseboards and doors will be painted soon, and next on our list is the laundry room. You can find more details about the flooring we chose and the entire process from start to finish in the blog post linked below. Subscribe so you don't miss any new videos, and I'll be back soon with more projects from the Riverside Retreat.